Hello everyone! In this video I want to talk about Biotope Aquariums, why I think they're beneficial, and why I think you should set up a biotope as your next aquarium, or at least something that kind of resembles a biotope. Let's do it! So what exactly is a biotope aquarium? Well, if you Google it, you'll find that a biotope aquarium is one that presents a community of fish, invertebrates, and plants that occur together naturally. Now that's a pretty wide, broad, general definition. You could say then my aquarium is a Southeast Asia biotope, and that could just be any country within Southeast Asia, any river, any lake, any stream, any species that occur there. So it can be a very, very wide definition. Now you'll have some people who will argue that a biotope can only be considered a biotope if it's extremely specific. So yes, maybe all of your plants and your fish do all live together in this one particular stream, but is the type of wood you have in your tank, is it actually found in that location, in that river or stream, in that country? The substrate, is it exactly the same chemical composition that's found in that region? The leaves that are falling from trees overhead, do you have the exact species in your tank? So it's a subject that's obviously open to a little bit of interpretation, and frankly there's a little bit of debate about it. So what I'm going to argue today is that when you're setting up a tank, at least considering and making some sort of attempt to recreate the natural habitat of the species you're keeping, that's definitely the way to go. If you're not exactly perfect and every single component of the tank doesn't necessarily originate in the location that you're trying to replicate, I think that's okay, as long as you're at least making an effort to make your fish feel comfortable and more at home. So what exactly are the benefits of biotope aquariums? Well, number one, it's an educational tool. Any aquarium that on some level tries to replicate a specific wild habitat or an ecological niche or an area where one or several fish originate from is hugely important. And the reason for that is because it calls attention to those habitats, to those environments themselves. It creates a starting point for discussion, for research, for debate. It helps to raise awareness about the challenges that many of these areas face with the encroachment of human activity. If nothing else, it helps us be aware and appreciate the beauty and the diversity and the fragility of the life around us on this planet. Biotope aquariums are also wonderful for children. While the average child may want to decorate their aquarium with ornaments from their favorite cartoon, having a more natural aquarium will help to stimulate their interest in the environment, to make sure that as they grow that they appreciate it and are dedicated to helping protect it. Another benefit of a biotope aquarium is that it allows the organisms that are contained within it to behave more naturally. If a fish is kept in an aquarium that replicates all of its native environment's conditions in terms of temperature and water chemistry and decor and lighting conditions and all of these things, it's much more likely to behave naturally. And as fish keepers, that's definitely something we want to strive for. Fish look better in a more natural environment. They're more environmentally enriched if the aquarium in which they're kept, at least in some way, replicates the conditions in which they live in the wild. Another advantage of biotope aquariums is that there is an increased chance of long-term success. If you're adhering to a biotope, correctly, you're going to be keeping species that coexist naturally in the wild. And so therefore, if you bring those species into your aquarium, provided you give them the space they need and the structure or the hiding spaces and everything that they'll need normally, but these are species that live together in the wild, so they're gonna work together in your home aquarium. Obviously, the exception to this is with predator-prey relationships. So if you've got a bunch of species and then you put their natural predator in the tank, that's not going to work long term. But in general, if you're keeping species that coexist naturally in the wild together in your aquarium, that's a lot more likely to work long term than species that come from completely different continents. If you're keeping fish in a biotope aquarium, they're oftentimes a lot more likely to breed. Now, there's obviously exceptions to this, but in general, if you've got a species of fish, then you're trying to breed them and you're not having much luck, recreating their natural environment where they breed naturally is in a lot of cases a really good idea, and it can help you get more challenging species to breed successfully in captivity. The final benefit of biotope aquariums is that it provides us fish keepers with the right motivation. Our goal should always be to make sure that our fish, our animals, are as comfortable as they possibly can be in our care. And so when you're setting up a biotope aquarium, it encourages you to do what all aquarium keepers should be doing, which is to research the origins and the natural habitats and the ideal environmental conditions of the species you're keeping, to make sure that once you get it home, once you've got it in your tank, you're keeping it as best as you possibly can. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, concerns, or conundrums, please leave them in the comment section down below. I love talking about biotope aquariums, so if you've got something to say, please leave it down there, and I'd like to have a conversation with you. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting like, and if you're new around here, hit subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. That's it for today, guys. Take care.